we're looking at functions. Now, we know that much of mathematics involves the search for patterns and a relation between sets of data. Well, a function like that is just simply a special type of relation. So a function, essentially, I'm going to put this here, a function, put a little box around it. A function takes some input, some values here, performs something on that input, and spits out some sort of output. So that's essentially what a function does. Now we're going to look at a few examples of that, but first I'm just going to give you some notation. A function is typically defined by f bracket x bracket, and we set that equal to some relation here. So this is some sort of relation. It can be a linear relation, quadratic relation, some form of relation there. Now we say that this is f of x, is how that reads. X is our input. This is the input. This is what is going into this function. And the output, this is our value after we've put x into the function. This is our value. So for example, one quick example here, if we said that we had a function f of x and this was equal to 2x plus 1. Now x is our input. This is our input. This is our function or our relation. And the output is f of x. If we were to write this as an equation instead of a function, this would be y is equal to 2x plus 1. We know that this is our relation. X is our domain or our independent variable. It's also considered our input. And y, what we get out of this equation, once we put in a value for x, this is our output or our dependent variable. I'll put that in here too. This is our dependent variable and our independent variable. So let's look at a couple examples with this relation. So we have f of x equal to 2x plus 1. Now we're going to set some values for x and create a table of values. So we have x, we have 2x plus 1. This is our relation or our function. And then we have f of x. This is our output. I'm going to put that in brackets here. Input, relation, output. So if we set x to a few values, so let's set x to 0, 1, 2, and 3. When x is 0, we have 2 times 0 plus 1, and so our output is 1. That's the value of our output. When x is 1, we have 2 times 1 plus 1, so f of 1 is equal to 2 plus 1 is 3. When x is 2, our value for f of 2 is equal to 2 times 2, which is 4 plus 1 is 5. And one more, oops, this should be 2. 2 times 3 plus 1, so our value, our output for f of 3 is 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So here we can see we have had some input values. We put them into our function, which defines this relation, 2x plus 1. And then we have these values are our output. And that is essentially the definition of a function.